Welcome back to Central News. Last week we heard from one of the volunteers of the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union, and this week we have Nichola Edwards, who is telling us about her role with secondary schools rugby. Nichola, thanks for coming on the show today. Tell us about your role with rugby in secondary schools.
Thanks, Katrina. I'm really keen to be here today because I'm really passionate about secondary school rugby, and that led into my role, which I got offered with the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union about 3 years ago, and that is to look after the secondary schools, particularly in the Western Bay, as more of an administrative function for them, to make sure that we have a safe, fair and well-run competition. So I work quite closely with the teachers in charge of rugby at all the secondary schools, and really fortunate to be part of that cool group.
And why are you so passionate about the secondary school age group?
It's a really crucial time of young people's lives, really. They're growing, they're developing, they're not really sure what to do, what sports they choose, and if I can provide a well-run competition that's fair and safe, it may attract them to play it, and then they become our future Steamers and All Blacks.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. And so how has things changed since you've been involved as the administrator for secondary schools rugby?
3 years ago when I came on board, the three of us, there's myself who look after Western Bay, Central Bay and Eastern Bay, and other two ladies, we worked really closely with the schools to try to work out how to make a well-run competition, and so we've put a lot of steps in place as far as registrations, coach safety, coach courses, and stepping stones for players out there to pursue a future in rugby.
So it's more than just playing rugby, there's those coaching and refereeing and stuff.
Absolutely. Coaching is crucial. If you have a great coach and one who's knowledgeable and knows how to keep the game safe, you're going to encourage those players to come and play. And that's what we're all about, is making a safe, fair and well-run environment to have those coaches feel that they're coaching in an environment they want to be part of as well. And referees are crucial as another side issue to all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there must be quite a strong relationship between secondary schools and the rugby unions.
We've been really fortunate that we've got a number of really passionate people in the union, in volunteers role. I used to be a volunteer, and I still do quite a lot of volunteer work with my paid role with the union. It is the relationship between the schools. The schools need to want to come on board, and they've really come in wholeheartedly with teachers feeling that they have ownership of the competition, but letting us make sure that things are compliant and that it's being run well. And the union has a responsibility back to the schools to provide people like us to help make that happen.
So how is the competition run?
The competition is run over a 16-week period. Registrations are taken by schools early in February, March, April, and normally our competition starts first week of term 2, which this year was about the 2nd of May. We run all of term 2, we then break for the school holidays, and then we finish the last 4 to 6 weeks in term 3. Obviously with the Rugby World Cup this year, there's been a slight change to that with the school terms. But yes, it's a great 16-week competition.
So almost really at the end of it, with about to break for school holidays and then to come back after the school holidays. So how's the competition gone so far?
Competition every year gets better and better. The games are closer fought. The level is being raised continuously through the sort of students we've got playing rugby. They're seeing pathways that hopefully are being provided by the schools and the union. And so with the competition, you look at semi-finals and finals that are coming up, and it's going to be a real tussle for those top 4 positions in every grade that we run. So this season we've got girls rugby finishing with their finals day tomorrow, and then their selections for Bay teams will come from that, and so they're all vying for that. And likewise with the boys rugby, there's their competitions are coming to an end, but they still looking to the rep season that's coming up.
What value is there for males and females engaging in these competitions?
There's not only the actual act of playing rugby, but also what it teaches them. It's a very competitive game, so the players need to learn to control themselves within the environment that they're playing, yet still play a good, hard game of rugby, and also the leadership that the captains, vice-captains and those sort of people gain from being on the field.
What is next for the remainder of the season?
We have our second year running now finals day for the boys being held on the 27th of August. Bay of Plenty Polytechnic as our main sponsor for that competition and finals day, and it's a real way to showcase our talent that we have in the Bay of Plenty for senior clubs, rec coaches and schools for next year.
Nichola, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Katrina.
If you want to find out more about secondary schools rugby or anything else at the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union, head to their website, boprugby.co.nz. After the break, we find out about how Utsumotoa Intermediate are learning and having fun at the same time.